work. It's the most accurate show on television at around mid-afternoon. I mean, I'm just on fire.
Oh, this guy, Drew, he's trying to say he gets credit for the Chiefs winning the championship.
You don't.
And he's saying he gets credit for the Celtics when he picked the Nuggets all year.
And UConn.
He gets half credit
And
for
UConn.
You're being so generous.
Right, it's
I think UConn is his most legit.
UConn
And the
gets.
Chiefs?
You don't get the Chiefs.
I picked the Chiefs.
You
before
got
the
this
season started.
excommunicated.
Then why did you pick them?
Because I had to be, I want to bring
Because
some
he believed
edge.
in the Ravens. That's why.
It's first things first, the second
I
hour.
wanna pick the
Today,
easy pick.
we celebrate the end of basketball season in the most debonair way possible. A gentleman's sweep. A lot of people are asking me, writing me letters, is Walter going to be back? And the answer is yes.
Walter?
Yeah, Walter's
That's our
back.
pianist.
Oh,
You didn't know
nice
Walter?
guy. I met him last night. Yeah, yesterday.
Meanwhile,
Okay.
we look ahead to next year and see if the Celtics can repeat. Haven't had a repeat champion in a long time. Oh, Walter's just out there tickling. But right now, of course, a segment you have to see to believe. I'll be 100% honest with you.
This is not controversial.
Wow, okay, let the audience decide that one. Last night, we closed the books on the 2023-24 season. Now we spread our wings and fly towards a new year. Here, with a rich tapestry of expectations, precedents, and performance, is an absolutely insane, way too early 24-25 edition of King of the Hill. You got to stick around.
You know what,
It makes no
America?
sense.
I got to tell you something. I didn't want to do this. I felt it was too early. And Wilds asked me to do it, then made our producer Stephen Hubbard call me on my landline at home this morning to ask me to do it. I thought it was the fire department calling. I didn't even know someone had the number. And I'm like, gosh, it's that important.
Oh, so you're under duress.
And
That's
2
why.
hours later, he's just ripping.
Okay, you be the judge.
You are lying.
All right, you tell me. This makes sense.
First, folks who strive to be on the hill next year. It's 20 guys. Derek White, Zion, I'm not going to read them all, but it's people that jump out to you. Kristaps and Derek White, champions striving to get on the hill. Brandon Ingram, Lauri Markkanen, Wilds guy, Şengün, Jalen Green, all of them trying to get on the hill. They are not yet on the hill. Top 28 guys. Here we go. Bottom row of the hill. Tyrese Halliburton. Oh, by the way, the red and green is based on where they were at the All-Star break this season. Our first hill of this season is what it's based off of, not at the end of the year. Halliburton slipped a bit. Jamal Murray's postseason didn't help him. Dame, Doc Rivers going on Simmons' podcast being like, Dame told me he was totally out of shape, that he didn't work out all summer. I'm like, Doc, you're still the coach. What are you doing?
now.
Paolo's right there. Drew moves up, and I'll be honest, this you want to take issue with is fine. I didn't know what to do with Ja.
I like Ja here.
You can't not have him on the hill.
He's going to be
but
better,
it
though.
feels
I think
I think he's going to be better than that, but it's also been so long.
Right.
Yep.
I wanted him on the hill. I didn't know where to put him. All right, now we get to the top 21 guys. So call it top 20 for simplicity's sake. Jimmy and Kawhi, man, for one game at peak health, I love them both. But over the course of a season, I don't know what I'm getting from them.
No.
Booker stays where he is. I was impressed by Paul George this year. I thought he played well start to finish. Obviously, Maxey improved his standing, and Kyrie improved his standing greatly from where he was at the All-Star break this year. Now we are to, again, before you reveal it, Hubs, everyone left is a top 15 player, which means they are either a superstar or right on the precipice of it. Fifth row, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Sorry, as a lifesaver.
They are top 15. They might be right on the fringe of top 10. I don't know how one can argue that they shouldn't be on the same row. I don't know what the problem here possibly is. I know Wilds has been catcalling this all day. Anthony Davis stays where he is. Donovan, I thought, was excellent when he was healthy this year, was excellent in the playoffs. And Wemby, yes, this is projection, but I think next year he is going to be a top 15 guy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think he's going to be the best defensive player in the league.
Top 10.
And so Wemby's, right there. Now to our top 10. I don't know how you move down LeBron or Steph based on the year they had this year. Steph, I guess you could argue the second half of the year went cold, but they were healthy. They were really good. They were the best players on their team. Kevin Durant, I thought, once again, I don't blame the Suns' failures on him. I thought he was really good. And Jalen Brunson was spectacular from start to finish and finished 5th in MVP voting. Third row, two obvious ones. Shea and Anthony Edwards, two guys who it looked like a month ago, like, are they going to carry their teams to the finals at that age? Not quite, but excellent playoff runs for both of them. Joel Embiid is, to me, the most difficult player in the league to rank. If someone says he's the fourth best player in the league, they can make a case for it. If someone says there are 20 guys I'd rather have if my goal is to win a championship and have them from game 1 to game 100, I'm like, well, I guess. So I don't know what to do with that. That is a very hard ranking because he could be anywhere on it. And then the top two rows don't really need explanation. Luka and Giannis stay exactly where, well, Giannis moves down from where it was at the All-Star break. Because
Was Giannis one?
I had Giannis one at the All-Star break. And then atop the hills, Nikola Jokic. A sneaky winner of these NBA Finals because no one now can claim someone has ascended past him. Luka was going to need to have to win the title to even make it an argument. That is a cogent, thoughtful, impeccable king of the hill. There is not controversy the way Wildes was trying to argue. I almost feel like I should be wearing this crown during the segment. Brew, go ahead.
It was cogent, thoughtful, and erroneous. All right. Jalen Brunson, and I never thought, and I love Jalen Brunson.
Clearly
I
not.
covered his dad, Rick, when he played.
Did
with
you?
the
Was he
Knicks.
good?
Yeah.
Why don't you ever
No, he
mention
was a
that?
journeyman, but
What did he look like
I
in
like
Summer League?
Jalen.
What did
all
he
right?
look like in Summer League?
Jason Kidd. He looked like
Okay.
Jason Kidd in Summer League. I never thought Nick Wright would fall for the Big Apple in the tailpipe.
The big.
The Big Apple in the tailpipe. The big New York.
Yeah, I got it.
Everything is magnified in New York.
Yeah.
If Jalen, who had a great year and a fantastic run in the playoffs to the second round where they lost to a young Indiana Pacers team, had done that in Sacramento, he wouldn't have got as much
Are
love.
you fine with SGA?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because SGA is better.
But, so,
just eye test.
SGA
And he's 6'5".
And
He can score at will, and he can shoot. He shoots over
does he?
50%. Like SGA is just a better. And defensively, SGA gets after it. I mean,
The reason I mentioned
what's the
SGA was
discussion?
because they both carried a team to the second round and then lost to a young team. That's the point I'm making.
Well, the Dallas, got one of the best players in the world. I think Luka's better than Tyrese Halliburton. But so I got no
agree
problem
with
with them losing to Dallas. But this is prisoner of the moment. He's a one-time All-Star who took a team to the second
Are you
round,
okay
and again
with where
lost
Wemby
to a
is?
very young
Are
team.
you okay with where Wemby is? Is that prisoner of the
Are
moment?
you comparing Wemby to
Well, I mean,
Wemby's whole?
you said-
Wemby's
you said-
7'5".
you said one-time
Nick,
All-Star
come on.
versus
No,
zero
you're not
time
helping
All-Star.
yourself.
I'm not.
Wemby's
I'm just
7'5",
asking.
and when they let him play 35 minutes a game in the last month of the season, he averaged 25, 13, 7 assists, and 5.5 blocks.
Okay.
I mean, what are we talking
Okay,
about?
well, if we go ahead.
So I think the whole fifth row is better than Brunson.
the whole fifth
The
row.
whole fifth row is so move Brunson down. If I have to move just one up, I'm moving Tatum ahead of Brunson.
Wow.
I think, like I said, I think that whole row is better than him. AD was better than LeBron this year because you play both sides of the court. And so I think, but my main thing is, look, with all due respect to Brunson,
There was no due respect
great
there.
player,
There was no-
but that's just way
gave,
too
you
high.
gave no respect.
He's not a top 10
So a few
player.
clarifications before I show a number or some numbers here. I understand the King of the Hill in King of the Hill is tall. But this is not a ranking of the tallest players.
No, but it comes into so are you saying Jalen's as good as SGA?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
no,
then
no,
what
no.
was
I
the
wasn't,
issue?
Which is why he's not on the same
Height
row as
does
SGA.
have an effect in
I was
basketball.
mentioning the height thing because with Wemby, the first thing you said is he's 7'5". But
That plays that's a factor.
So here's the thing about here's Jalen Brunson
It's
in
just
the
a factor.
playoffs this year with a team that was ravaged by injuries. First in points, fourth in assists. And
ball always in his hands. That's Tibbs. It's the same thing he did with Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose wasn't a top 10 guy?
No, Derrick Rose was
Yeah.
fine, but Derrick Rose, I think, had the pedigree that Jalen Brunson didn't have.
Now we're doing you know who
it's
doesn't
just
like when we
true.
talk pedigree? Brock
This
Purdy.
is so
Tell you that
Big
much right
Apple
now.
in the tailpipe.
I'll tell you that much right now. Wildes?
Well, here's why I have the exact opposite complaint.
What?
He's claiming you're prisoner of the moment. I'm claiming you're not prisoner of the moment enough.
You know what that means?
Tatum
exactly
and
right.
Jaylen Brown need the champion bounce. They need the champion.
Why does it just say Tatum?
Because when I looked at it, I didn't know where Jaylen Brown was going to be there.
So
he deserves the champion bounce too.
So
but I
that
focused
means-
most of it on Tatum.
I want to see where. Okay, I'm waiting for the bounce.
You can put him. I didn't put him anywhere. It's not on the bud list.
Well, you got to put him somewhere.
I'll
Where's
switch
he
him with
going?
Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards?
Yeah, Anthony Edwards, who played Luka and lost.
There's no transitive property in sports.
That's all we talk about is transitive property.
No, oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, so then, so Luka's better than Joker. Because Joker lost to Anthony Edwards and Luka beat Anthony Edwards.
I don't know. Last night, I saw Luka playing in the NBA Finals and Joker on a court in Serbia with normal-looking, orthodontist-looking guys doing nothing.
So Luka's better than Joker.
Right now, he is, yes. Prisoner of the moment, yes.
Okay, all right.
What are we doing?
He's in the finals. What are we
Drop the
doing?
ball. Why? This is your day. This is your day.
I'm
It's sitting
rooting
for
for the
you on the
Celtics.
tee,
What?
and this is what you do?
They're just talking about how tall guys are.
God. I mean, come on. Wow.
Hey, first team All-NBA.
I don't know where
Was
you're
Anthony
at.
Edwards first team All-NBA?
No.
You spent the first part of the show ripping Jason
I
Tatum.
wasn't ripping
saying
him.
he
He
didn't
deserves,
play well.
He's
Now
carrying
you want him
around
to
the
be a
Larry
top guy?
What's the point of being LeBob if you got LeBob and you can't move up
It's
the hill?
S5.
Why?
Tatum wins. Can I show you one graphic
Yeah.
Josh made before it goes off the rails? Tallest guys on the hill.
It ain't off the rails already?
Playoff wins in the last 2 years. LeBron, Steph, KD, and Giannis and Embiid combined.
I like